Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome back. I'm Will Dragon and we are continuing to look through demos available on Steam's Next Fest. That's right, the games that are coming up either in the near or potentially slightly further future. And we're going to have a look to see which ones may be worth playing. So this is Builders of Egypt, and as you can see, they have gone and announced the release date as January 2025, so not too far away. Just 3 months, as it says on the top of my screen. So let's have a look at the campaign. Scenarios, I guess. Campaign scenarios. A glorious capital for Egypt. Why, of course. That's what we're going to have a go at playing. Now, once again, as is the same as all of these demos, I have no idea what's going on.
Mainly for spelt, barley, and date palm, because their meals were based on bread and beer. Cattle, pigs, sheep, and goats were reared, but most often tasty and nutritious fish of various species supplied by the Nile was eaten. Continuously developing craftsmanship supported the development of agriculture and breeding. Thanks to the brickyards, which produced sun-dried mud bricks, the local population could build their first houses and workshops. In the early period of Egypt's development, also bakeries and breweries can be considered as one of the most important workshops. In order to gain hard-to-reach goods, the Egyptians established business contacts with their neighbors or colonized areas where they could extract valuable minerals, metals, and stone building material. For this reason,
Okay, this is one hell of a long intro.
And the necessary ports built, thanks to which
Okay, I don't know. We're not going to stay around and listen to all of this. Oh my days, this is a 12-page novel. Okay, we're going to jump in, and as I was saying, I have no idea what's happening. I have no idea how to play any of these games I'm checking for the demo, because that's part of the test. How intuitive are they? I'm just going to go ahead and hit start. That novel is going to have to go on pause. Although the guy in the background is still reading it. Power to him. Here you will learn the basic rules of the game. Click the right arrow to go further or press spacebar. A glorious capital for Egypt. Kemet. The ruler of Upper Egypt, King Namar, conquered Lower Egypt and united the kingdom on the Nile. Now the country needs a capital. King Aha, Namar's successor. What a name. King Aha sent you to Memphis to supervise the construction of this magnificent city. A political, administrative, and religious center, which will become home to the royal family thanks to its monumentality, will strengthen its authority. Okay, gather 1,200 pottery, export 1,000 bricks, gain 20 dwellers, and 5 prosperity. Okay, press spacebar to continue. Oh, we have this beautiful square. Is this my building area? In ancient Egypt, the idea of currency was unknown. The workforce paid for with bread. To simplify this mechanic, treat this resource as the cost of placing buildings and exchanging wares. You can find its icon in the top panel. Bread. You can get bread mainly from trading and collecting taxes, but these are not a reliable source of income. Make sure you do not run out of bread, because in such a situation you will not be able to develop your settlement further. Settlement development should start with designing a grid of streets. Select road from the building list and place a street where you'll be building your settlement. Remember that the first basic resource is water, so it is best practice to build a settlement along a river. House and road. Let's build a road. I can only assume okay. We have gone and built our grid. Select a house from the building list. It cost me 15 bread. The roads also cost me bread. And place beside the road. Buildings lacking a road connection will remain inactive. Now these can be done on either side. As in the... Yeah, I'm going to go and zoom in just a smidge. Well, placed correctly, houses will allow inhabitants to move in. The speed and number of inhabitants will be influenced by the desirability stat. Horizontal bar in the properties panel of each individual house. It's fairly desirable. Well, it's on a -31, but it's kind of desirable. You'll also discover later in the game this is not easy to achieve. We'll worry about this later. The arrival of the first inhabitants will be announced by a message in the bottom right corner. Oh, we have a message. Incoming dwellers. Dwellers are coming to the city. Huzzah! Remember that you can always demolish a building. Refund depends on the level of difficulty. Note that removing buildings at a later stage can be tricky, as you can shatter the delicate economic balance. Ooh. Let's practice demolition on this road, because we don't need it here. Remove this highlighted section. Ah, we hit the good old demolish hammer. Have that road. Your dwellers will need to be protected against fire. Select the fire station from your building list and put it near your existing buildings. Number of inhabitants. We still have 0. That's interesting. We need to rotate it. Rotate the building by pressing R. That's what we like to see. Oh, we would like the entrance on this side. It would seem. Note that after clicking on the fire station, the fire station range icon in the bottom of a filter will appear, showing the coverage of the settlement with the range of the building that is, in this case, the fire station. This building protects other buildings from fire, but remember that the effectiveness of the protection reduces as the distance increases. It's a good idea to build a fire station at relatively small distances from each other for better protection. Better coverage results in fewer fires and reduces their consequences. We are missing 6 workers. Note that each house has its own range, which determines the maximum distance to the building in which a dweller can work. Oh yeah, but that's fairly decent. In case of hard-to-reach workplaces such as mines, it is worth considering building a small settlement close to the workspace to supply the buildings with workers. In the event of your settlement, you may need to upgrade houses in order to provide more workers, or to meet mission requirements. The requirement for upgrading a house to level 1 is to provide access to water, build a well, the way you learned earlier. Requires a proper place to build. It can be accessed on all 4 sides. And, oh, one house is in fact not getting... Ooh, you look at that. We have inhabitants. Once the well is filled, house will level up as long as their occupancy is at 100%, and they meet all other conditions presented thus far. Note, house will be downgraded to one of their previous levels if the conditions for the current level are not met for a period of time. So, okay, I assume these are all the requirements to upgrade to level 1. Wheat, fish, meat, lettuce, chickpeas, and pomegranates. Access to... Oh, is it? No, just an access to a well. I assume it's just an access to a well. Every settlement requires an activity. In order to grow, we can start with the production of basic resources required for the further upgrades of our houses. Build a clay pit. Making sure it is attached to a road and is within range of your houses. Manufacturing may require more than one basic production. Within the production chain, you may find information on this by right-clicking on the manufacturing build you are considering. Uses clay. Of course, we need to rotate it so it faces the street. And we have our clay pit. It's really annoying to have this here. Oh, there you go. I can actually move this a little bit. 8 workers, 100% effectiveness, risk of fire, risk of collapse. Interesting. Access to a well. Okay, we do actually have that. Risk of disease is quite high, mind you. Risk of collapse is also quite high. Oh, did all of these just start upgrading? Oh, they did! Except for the one guy. Low desirability, improve the quality of the environment so the home can advance. Okay, except for the one guy who's not actually in range of the well. Each production and manufacturing building requires workers. I have 44 free, I assume, yes. Your settlers are your workforce. Production and manufacturing buildings require a minimum number of workers in order to operate. Keep your production and manufacturing buildings fully staffed by building new houses or improving existing ones. Production chains may sometimes require the extraction of more than one material. Such information is available by left-clicking the production building. We don't actually have any production buildings quite yet. Clay and straw are required for the production of bricks. As we are already producing the former, we now have to establish a farm in order to harvest the latter. Farms can also produce food. Must be built on a floodplain. Production results are collected by workers that are serving a stockpile and are stored there. Establish a stockpile in close proximity to your production buildings whilst keeping in mind the rules outlined thus far. How can I help you? What would you like to talk to me about? Upgrade / do not upgrade. Access to a well. Yes, aren't you lucky? I don't know. He's unhappy about something. Not quite sure what. A stockpile. So obviously it can get access from pretty much all sides. Don't build that there. We have 28 workers remaining. I like how there's kind of no build time. Note, stockpiles have an unlimited range. This means that they can very well pick up products from anywhere on the map. This behavior can be controlled by left-clicking the stockpile and viewing, as well as editing this policy. Select, export, gather. Enable to disable the handling of a specific commodity. When a resource is deactivated, the builder does not collect, sell, or buy that resource. In order to complete a typical production chain, build a brickworks. Anyway, you'd particularly like me to build it? It does not look like it, or does it look like it? Oh yes, you want me to build it right here. One of the mission requirements for the current mission is to stockpile enough pottery. All stockpiled pottery may be sold in later missions. This production chain is economically beneficial as it is short and thus overall efficient. Oh, no, you want it here? Get a potter. We've got so much bread still left remaining. Unemployment, 27%. The level of unemployment affects satisfaction in a way. Oh, really? Some production buildings require specific conditions or locations. Wells must be built by the river, quarries by the hills, and woodcutters require forests, which may be depleted if you devastate the entire woodland. Buildings within a single production chain must have been connected to the same road network in order to be able to supply each other with products using stockpile. Roads are used mainly by stockpile and granary workers, so keep roads connected if you want to transport wares in any efficient way. Inhabitants require food in order to further improve their houses. Create a new production chain for food as shown previously in this tutorial. Each subsequent upgrade to a house has different requirements. These requirements can be observed by clicking on a house. You require desirability. House level 1. What is... I mean, I'm confused. Why do we have... What's the message? Incoming dwellers. Okay. Okay, that message has been removed. Well, I don't think it's you trying to... I don't know what they're trying to tell me. So, food production. Okay, no, interesting. Wheat farm. Produces wheat and straw. Food production, sanitary, administrative building, house and road. Okay, there you go. Build a fishing wharf. Fishing wharf, we of course want on the river. Connected to the road. Food produce has to be stored in a granary. So let's get the other storehouse type. Granary is restricted to the population through a bazaar. Oh, hell, bazaar. Let's go and drop that down there. Products can be used for building monuments or trade. Let's set up a trade route. Please open the regional map from the top action bar. Ooh, we're going to Greater Egypt. Your settlement, as well as every other settlement currently known to you, is visible here on the regional map. Our city and Tinis. To start with, you may only contact some particular settlements. This situation may change during the coming scenarios, based on the results of your choices. Click on the selected settlement, see what it's trading with, and check the other parameters influencing diplomacy. In this place, you can set up your first trading route, which requires an opening fee, depending on many factors such as distance and current political conditions. Well, thank you. That took a bit of effort, to be honest. Open a trade route, select Tinnis. This is currently the only city you can trade with, and collect and confirm open trade route. Open trade road to city. Cost me 200 bread. I can afford it. Trade route has been opened. From time to time, a trader or a ship will come to the city to exchange their wares. At the beginning of each year, the amount of purchased wares is reset. Trader exchanges all his goods during the year. He will not arrive again until the next one. You must first determine whether you want to import, export, or do nothing. The default option blocks the possibility to import and export. To change it, click the economy item. Click the economy. Aha. Economy tab. Goods you're ready to produce and can export to Abydos are bricks. Change your policy on bricks to export. Import. Export. Okay, that will allow us to get bread. If you want to keep bricks in a specific stockpile, you can set it in its options on the information card. Knowing the basics of the game, you can focus on completing the mission. To recall the conditions of victory, click on the star. Go to the terms of the victory. Star. Financial stats. You'll also find city statistics, a tab with diplomatic messages. If received, information about the mission and other tabs that we'll get to access later on. These are the most essential rules of the game. As you progress through the game, more information will become available. Okay. Close the regional map. And back to our city we go. The birth of the heir to the throne, Prince Jer. Prince Jer has been born. The happy mother, Kenet Happy, together with the chief spouse of King Queen Neithhotep, organizes a grand and joyful feast during which all the residents of Memphis will celebrate the birth of the prince. The Egyptians love children, who are widely regarded as a source of happiness and joy and even eternal peace due to the fact that it was the children who gave their parents and ancestors the possibility of eternal life, which was sanctioned by Egyptian religion. While it was thanks to the children that the body and the name of the deceased parent could exist all the time, and thus the deceased could live forever in the field of reeds. From the moment of birth, children were accompanied by various deities such as Isis and Nephis, Khnum and Heket, or the seven Hathors. Also the god Bes, protector of women, children, and families. Protects the little ones as well as entire households. Due to an undesirable neighborhood, one of the houses cannot be upgraded. You can check the house information to see the current and required level of desirability. To increase the level of desirability, you can build buildings in its neighborhood that have a good rating. This will compensate for the buildings with a bad rating. You can also try to rearrange the buildings so that the unwanted ones are as far away as possible. Okay, well no, this is my city. Okay. The wares bought were that. So if we click here, mission description, I have to get a lot of pottery. I have to export a lot of bricks. I have to get dwellers and prosperity. So I pretty much just need to keep getting pottery. No stockpile to trade. A trader arriving in town cannot find an available stockpile to trade one of the commodities. Make sure you have the proper number of stockpiles and that you have set the correct trading policy. So we need to make things more desirable. I mean, what can we build? We've got houses and road. House upgrade over level 2. Oh, hello. We have administration buildings. We have ware construction. The potter. He is very nicely making pottery. We are getting food. And there you go. We have fish. Apparently, maybe, not quite sure. Bazaar, where's... Oh, what just happened? Each production building has 2 storage areas. Whoa, what's happening? Calm down, people. As it does every year, the Nile has emerged from its banks and covered all the floodplains with its waters. There were goods on farms that had not been taken before the Nile flooded. Then they were destroyed at that point. Any stockpile workers who were on their way to collect goods would immediately turn back. Build stockpile as close to farms as possible to avoid such losses. A unique advantage in this situation is Granary, which sends workers directly from farms to avoid a food shortage situation. Each production building has 2 storage areas. If both are full, production stops, which means less output for the building and higher maintenance costs per unit. Make sure you have enough stockpile and plan your cities so that workers do not have to walk too far to the buildings to collect goods. What were we looking at? We were looking at this in the bazaar. Why are we not gathering fish? We definitely have fish here. We do not seem to be gathering said fish. Brickworks. Oh, we seem to be out of wheat, but then that is because our farm has flooded. We have a clay pit on the go. Oh, there you go. Our bazaar now has some fish. Once again, these guys don't seem to have proper fish. Does it say... Doesn't particularly seem to say. Well, what did I just go and click on? A well. That's a funny looking well. Oh, we put it under a bit of shade, it seems. Go and chuck that there. King Ahaz decided to take the Lower Egyptian princess Nephthotep as his wife. The ceremony is to take place at the palace in Memphis. Obtain goods for the event. Music, singing, dancing, and dry feasting accompanied the Egyptian not only during temple rituals, but also during family events or private banquets. Okay. Let's zoom out a little bit. This house now has access to a well, so it should upgrade after a little while. I'm still confused by this speech thing. Prove the quality of the environment so the home can advance. I would love to, but what are you trying to tell me, people? But I feel like he's got a message for me, but I just don't know what it is. Main event. Yes, okay. Birth to the heir of the throne. That's lovely too. And how are we doing? Gather pottery. 0 out of 1200. Okay. I have 100 here. And I feel like I had a lot more than 100 somewhere else. Oh yeah, in my bazaar. I've got 1,000 in my bazaar. Yet apparently I've gathered no pottery. Oh yeah, now I've got 100. So very confusing. Export bricks. I've only exported 200. I could potentially do with some more housing. Rebuild, clone building, switch to army panel. Build some... No, build another road here then. There you go, road built. That should... give me a few more people to work. Brickwork is stuck because... There you go, the wheat farm is producing again. I think I need to get another wheat farm if I'm honest. I think I can get away with putting one there. One out of 6 workers, because that's all we've got. Okay, yeah, no, this guy wants to tell me something. I mean... Improve the quality of the environment. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can build. I'm stuck on this level of housing, I'm pretty sure. There you go, we've got 6 workers because other people are moving into our houses. Nice, and then they're upgrading. Very nice, and then that'll upgrade soon. There it is. Beautifully done. That gets us... Should get us a full wheat farm. Risk of fire is up on 30%. Takes 6 workers. I can do 6 workers. Really don't know if this is an undesirable building or not. But as soon as people start working here, which they should do very shortly. %, 10%. This flashing thing is really annoying. I don't know how to get rid of it. Healthcare cover map, fresh water cover map, architect post cover map, tax collecting post cover. Our beautiful fire station and police station. Show buildings icons. Main menu. Clone building. No, we don't want to do that. We don't want to rebuild. Oh, hello. We got a milestone. What happened? Settlement. We've made it to a settlement. 100 people or something. Some such. I'm not quite sure. There you go, we have 6 people working in there. Chance of fire is mostly down on 0. Again, these windows need to be movable. I don't know if they are, and I just can't see it, but it's highly annoying. How are we actually doing on our goals? We have exported 400, we still only have 100 pottery. Okay. Currently have 0 bricks. Because we're too busy waiting on wheat. Okay, he stopped on 65%. He's on 100% but not doing anything. Satisfaction! 0 to 6, no effect. Wages were paid, that's good. Why is it stuck on 100%? And have I paused? No, we're playing. Let's go 2 times speed. Granary, you've got some workers. One of you's getting fish. Building is full. Oh, really? What's it full of? Okay. Building is full. Well, this building isn't full, but it's still not producing anything. Oh, very, very strange. Let's go and... How many people do we have left? We have 12 workers left. Let's go and grab... I mean, that's the thing. Like, what's it full of? That one's not full. Again, not producing anything, but not full. Is it because I placed it badly? Is that what we've got going on here? I mean, I wouldn't think so. Building is full. Building is not full and still going. Building is still going. Building has no straw. Oh, building's finally going again. As is this one. Interesting. Follow it for a second. Okay, we've gotten some more pottery and so... I mean, what are these under here? Let's disable the gathering of that and let's keep it all in our stockpile, please. Collect pottery. You're not collecting pottery. Okay, we've now got 200. This is very strange to me. The bazaar is where they come to get goods. I've currently got 1,600 fish. And yeah, that's only on a 68. The wheat farm building is full of... it's full of straw. This one is full of something. You are waiting on straw. Alright, let's go and grab another stockpile. I'm actually going to go and put this one right down into here. That'll take most of my workers. There you go, there's some straw. It should be... I don't know, it should be collecting... There you go, we've now got 500 pottery, which is counting. If I tick this number down, will these guys... I basically turn off fish and pottery, because I assume play 300, fish 100, pottery 700, because this bazaar is supposed to be for distribution to my people. I don't know, I'm confused, because they don't really seem to actually have that much of everything. They definitely don't have any pottery, which is odd. I don't know, I've missed something there, I think. Ware production, no. Sanitary administration. Distribute goods to the people. Okay. Don't really seem to be distributing too much. Carriers, 0 out of 5. That number not a little bit low. Carriers, 2 out of 10. 3 out of 10. A little bit confused, if I'm perfectly honest. Not entirely sure what's going on right now. 147 on the old fish count. 142 on the old fish count. Got 500 in there, apparently. Okay, then. Low desirability. Again, I don't think I can really do much about low desirability, because I don't seem to have access to any... I mean, educational buildings, cultural heritage... faith-related buildings. I feel like all of these would help me out here, basically. 1100. Huzzah! There you go. Do you want to continue playing this level? No, not really. Okay, and I guess that's a quick look at the game. Campaign scenarios. Let's have a quick look at the second campaign scenario. Let's have a quick jump in. I mean, this got a little bit confusing.
Was for the Egyptians.
Yeah, not gonna listen to all of that. We'll be here.
They used it especially
Till Christmas. By placing decorations near your houses, you can significantly increase their desirability. You can find out what the parameters are by clicking on house information. New building type. Some buildings are at risk of collapse, which is the same as the risk of fire. But in case of collapse, the building will collapse with the cost of reconstruction. Treated in the same way as the fire station. Export jewelry, gather 12 prosperity, import meat, and gather 168 dwellers. Okay, well, it says the first thing you need is water. Seems that on this mission, access to water is very limited, and above all, food cannot be produced, therefore we will need to import it. Build a stockpile where traders bring food on the road leading to the map entrance, which I assume is this road. Okay. Let's start by building a road there. And let's start by grabbing a stockpile, which has to be built inside here. And then, for now, just connect the 2 road points. Did that. We need to get 10 houses. Let's go and do that. We will connect them all via roads very shortly. Let's go and... I need to get a well. Now this could be interesting. Yep. A nice placement. That should allow them all to improve. A fire station. Let's go and build you just up here. Let's go and build a road to the back here. And then we want an architect's post, which I'm hoping fits in just behind them. Yes, it does. And then a bazaar. Actually, stick just in here. We also need to build some jewelry to process the turquoise, which we will look for in a moment. It's best placed to production. But a turquoise mine, stockpile, jeweler, stockpile, enable and limit, meet 1000. Okay. Where production, a turquoise mine. Let's zoom out just a tiny bit more again. Okay, so we will build one just in there. And one just in there. How much? Yeah, we've got quite a bit of bread. So we have connected to a stockpile. And then we need to go and grab ourselves a jeweler. We will place just here in the stockpile. Enable and limit meat to 1000. I'd like to, but you're kind of sticking me in a corner here. $1,000 on meat. Done. Last resource we need on this map is copper. This resource does not need to complete the mission. However, it'll help us to earn bread. We need to pay all the workers and offset the cost of importing food. We don't need them to complete the mission at the moment, but you can still mine them if you think it makes sense to do so. Okay, so then if we come in... Where were we? Where? Gonna go build 3 copper mines. All of them are linked up. It's time to do some trade preparation. We are low on workers everywhere. Fine. Worth setting. It is worth setting up your stockpile before opening the trade routes. Change the meat settings to import. Set any goods you produce for export. Enable meat handling in the stockpile settings and change the limit to 1000. Stockpile. So copper, 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 copper. Go to export. Have I exported copper? I mean, I don't think so. More detail on the following pages. The limit allows you to limit the product collected to a certain number. There will be no collection or purchase from the trader above the limit. There's a stockpile from Pokemon clogged up with just one type of resource. By default, stockpile does not collect food. This is done in the granary. Therefore, all of these goods are off in order to avoid duplication of function. Enabling them means that we get collected. Stockpile collect them in the same way as the granary. I mean, from what I can see, export is on. Yeah, so you're on export. Economy tab. Alright, this is what I want. Let's have export turquoise. Export jewelry. This is all in alphabetical order. Import that and copper to be exported as well. High time to open up trade routes. Go to the world map and open up trade routes. The following cities: Abju and Tinnis. Once you have done this, the tutorial is complete. Regional map. Abju, small city. Open up the trade route. It cost me 200. Not a problem. They want to buy turquoise and they want to sell meat. Tinnis wants to buy copper and jewelry. Done. Each production building has 2 storage areas. If both are full, the trader arriving in town cannot find an available stockpile to trade one of the commodities. Make sure you have the proper number of stockpiles and that you have set the correct trading policy. Production stops, which means less output. I mean, we don't have any more people. All the houses... Oh, we could get a few more. I mean, they're all on 5 out of 7. I could, in fact, get 20 more inhabitants. Increases the level of desirability in neighboring houses. Go and get some decorative palms. Why not? This is why you leave gaps in between your buildings, ladies and gentlemen. I've now just discovered that. A garden. Wow, to look at that. That is, that's how you do it. Have a couple of decorative palms there. And let's have another... Oh, look at that. Desirability is very much up. We should get a whole bunch more people. New building type. Yes, got that. New building type. Yes, got that. Income and dwellers. Yes, got that. Stockpile export policy. Any stockpile that has free space. Any stockpile that has free space has a blocked import policy for the goods that the trader wants to sell. Check that you have the correct number of stockpile with available space. You have available space. You've got 400 of that and 500 meat. I mean, you should be fine. I'm going to go ahead and build another stockpile. Famous last words. I mean, there's no workers available for that. There's no workers available for a few things. The jeweler is also 11 people down. Okay, let's go and fast forward. We should not only get more people, we should also upgrade our buildings. There you go. We got some upgrades coming up. Aha! Finally! A frost wave on Kyuta Mefak, the Egyptian company sent to the distant land of the turquoise terraces. Temperatures caused by the frost wave this very high altitude area. I think it's worse in other cities. Taxes are appropriate. I can't find a job. What do you mean you can't find a job? Everybody's got a job. This is about to change. There are two main types in the game, shrine and temple. Yes, but we don't have them yet, do we? Okay, so everywhere's nicely upgraded. Access to a single deity. Sorry, can't help you there. And my mission descriptions are: export 2,400 jewelry, have prosperity of 15, oh sorry, 12, which I have 15, have 216 dwellers, and import 3,000 meat. Done. Wages were paid. We have 19 spare people. Wages were paid again. Economy tab. That's not what I was after. Okay, wares were bought. That's good. Wares are going up. Okay, none of my copper mines have any dwellers. Sorry, have any workers, because all of my workers are, of course, far too far away. That makes perfect sense. If I was to... I mean, I wouldn't be able to build a well over here. It would have to be basic. You get 5 per one. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-ish. Houses. I struck all of those houses down. Okay, so guys over here cannot find a job. How are we looking in terms of turquoise mines, etc.? Okay, I would say we need another stockpile, which I'm going to stick right here in this corner. Because we are not producing enough stuff. Now we can, however, at least stop these things from collapsing. Oh wow, no, I'm negative on money. Settlement. Milestone was achieved. The wares were bought. Nice. We are starting to get people in our copper mines. That's much, much better. We need to, however, be doing is gathering goods. It doesn't seem to be happening that well. My economy is tanking. Prosperity is dropping. I have exported a fair amount of jewelry. My meat import seems, oh, I know exactly why my meat import is going absolutely crazy. I reckon because you are limited to 1,000. You are turned off. That's good. And you are, in fact, also turned off. That is good. So no, interesting. Only... main event, the frost wave. Send help. Okay, that apparently cost me 500 food. Wares were bought. Where have we got? We've got 9 people here. Looking for work, basically. Why don't we... I can't go and build anything is the problem, because we don't have any bread. Wares were bought, but I mean, we're going to be paying wages very soon. They've only got 9 people unemployed. Well, they're not going to burn down. They might collapse, but they won't burn down. 87 bread in the negative. Wages were paid. Boom! 3,200. Not quite sure how I can recover from that, to be honest. I mean, we are collecting things. See, but like these again. So the building is full. Why are you guys not gathering things? I truly don't know how to increase my gathering speed. Carry is a 10 out of 10. 3 out of 10. 7 out of 10. I mean, why are some of you guys down to 8, 7, 9? Why are you guys sometimes not working at max capacity? That's something I don't quite understand. Okay, we're getting lots of turquoise in. Again, the mines are constantly full. Is there a limit on my gatherers? It's gonna go down to 500. Oh, the wares were bought plus 1,000, but then we went and paid wages. We were, for 1 second there, actually in the positive, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's worse in other cities. Good to know. Wage rate effect. Okay. Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to leave the playthrough there. I mean, you've got a basic idea of what the game's all about. You basically have to build these little settlements, make them all look extremely pretty, paying actually attention to, in essence, your money or your bread limit, and then prospering with hundreds of little towns. I mean, I think we are basically about to turn all of this around, and it will start becoming all in the positive once more. But on that, ladies and gentlemen, and until we see you again, wherever that may be, as per always, we hope that you can stay safe, happy, and healthy.